first-time buyers like you, what you need to do, I will say, to reduce your risk exposure, go for the lands, go for the lower hanging fruits, so that when you build your ability to take such risks, you can now upscale. Hi, good morning. My name is James Abagi. I will say good morning or good afternoon or good evening from wherever you are watching this podcast from. Happy New Year. This is our first podcast for 2026, and I believe you're having an amazing time wherever you are, and it's good to have you join us. So this morning or this afternoon, evening, wherever, like I said, we will be looking at a very important topic: demystifying the real estate. What meaning of all this English is simplifying what real estate stands for. And I believe that you already know that, but the little knowledge we'll be sharing this morning will go a long way to give you that informed decision on how you can go, what to do, where to do, the necessary persons to talk to get that real estate deals. Firstly, we'll just look at what the word real estate is estates that are put together, but there are different aspects to it. There is a residential part, there is a commercial part. Now we'll just put little light into this to give you more insight. So as you, an investor, you should know if I want to do a commercial real estate or I want to do a residential real estate, and what are the things that surround them. Good. So that being said, I want you to not go, move a muscle, don't go anywhere, and we'll be back after these commercials, right? I'll see you now. Okay, welcome back. So, like I said, the residential and the commercial real estate space is what we'll be talking about. First, let's dive into what the residential real estate is. So, this comprises of lands, apartments, flats, duplexes, detached, semi-detached, terraces, and townhouse. So, every time you hear residential real estate, right? Residential, that word underline, it means it is something that people want to live there, inhabit, stay there. So example, like I said, lands are all apartments, terraces, fully detached, semi-detached, townhouses. These are all part of a residential real estate. Flip it up to the other side. For a business side, the residential real estate also is good for those that want to do the short-let rentals, the B&B, the Airbnb short-let, and all of that. The residential will serve you amazingly well. And one thing you should know while looking at a residential real estate is a location advantage, because people want proximities. Your client wants proximities to wherever the city is, right? So when you're situating a residential real estate, look out for places that has infrastructure, that has good road networks, that have good electricity, because if you want to run this business, these factors also contribute to the success of this. But first-time buyers like you, what you need to do, I will say, to reduce your risk exposure, go for the lands, go for the lower hanging fruits, so that when you build your ability to take such risks, you can now upscale, right? So exposing your risk depends on you. I will not tell you what to do and what not to do. However, my job here is to guide you through the principles that will give you a fantastic and a better ROI. Now, let's look at the commercial real estate, right? The commercial real estate comprises of office spaces, shops, malls, warehouses, hotel. Have you ever thought that the places where the churches are also real estate? The places where the gardens are also real estate. The places where the mosques are, they are also real estate. Wow, you didn't see that. Where you have those little swimming pools and all of that, those are also real estate businesses, right? But for the purpose of this podcast, a commercial example, office spaces, malls, shops, right? Warehouses, hotels, these are all commercial. Reason being that they are being used for businesses. Of course, you say, but in the residential, the short-let apartments are also used for businesses. But then these are two spelled. How do we spell it out? From the FCDA, they will tell you what the land is meant for. So that also determines whatever you're going to build there. But I believe that one thing you should do this year is get information. How do you get information? By watching all of our podcasts from the Excel Avenue group, right? Go through all the podcasts I've done. I've done a lot of things about real estate and we are still doing more. But I won't keep this podcast for a longer time because I want you to watch out for the continuous part of it. Now, take out time, subscribe, like, send us a DM if you have questions as regards to any topics in the real estate space, right? Do that and we'll give you a turnaround time for less than 24 hours. We'll be at your DMs with all of the inquiries. But if you want to have a one-on-one session, you want to come to the office, of course, our office is situated at 3rd floor, Yakubu Gowon Center, Central Business District, FCT Abuja. Or you could call those numbers on the screen, or send us an email and we will do you that courtesy to return your mails. My name is James Obagi, and I'll say stay tuned and come up for the next one after this. Have a great time. Bye for now.